Hi guys, welcome to this discussion. Today's discussion will be a very cool discussion in the sense that there aren't any hard topics. So we'll discuss a few things that relate to the world of current affairs, the world of politics, economy and banking. So here's your first question. Which of the following capitals, a very light-hearted question to start with. Which of the following capital cities is nicknamed Forbidden City? Forbidden means to forbid is to ban, to stop basically, okay? So for long, Chinese capital city of Beijing has been known as Forbidden City. It is Beijing, okay? So the answer is Beijing, and the choice is there. Rome's the capital of Italy. You could write capital of Italy, Rome, Italy, dash, the nickname City of Seven Hills. City of Seven Hills. There are 7 पर्वत हैं यहाँ पे. City of Seven Hills and Eternal City. E-T-E-R-N-A-L. Eternal City. E-T-E-R-N-A-L. Eternal City. Eternal City. Then Paris. Paris, as you know, is the capital of France, and this is called the City of Light, L-I-G-H-T, the City of Light. It's also called the romance capital of the world, but better than that is City of Light. Paris was the second most visited city in 2019. The most visited city in the world. When I say visited, it's tourists. Okay, the most visited city in the world was Bangkok. Was Bangkok. The second was Paris, and I think third was, if I'm not wrong, third was Hong Kong. So anyway, from Paris, let's go to Canberra, which is, as you know, the capital of Australia, and this is nicknamed Bush City. B-U-S-H, Bush City. Bush City. Bush in colloquial English is, everyday English is jungle, okay, forest. So when Australia began to be settled, by immigrants, basically, see, all the English you see are basically all the people today, other than indigenous, are all migrants in Australia. Australia's population is about 2.5 crore, 2.4 crore. And the capital, they couldn't settle on the capital because the people of Sydney wanted their city to be the capital, to be made the capital, while the people of Melbourne wanted their city to be made the capital. So despite lots of rounds of talks, nothing happened, nothing much resolved. So the government of Australia resolved to build a new city, equidistant from Melbourne and Sydney. So they built a city from scratch. In the एकदम नया शहर बनाया उन्होंने, planned city it was. So because it was built in the middle of the jungle, the dry jungle, it was called Bush City. So from Canberra to Prague, P-R-A-G-U-E. Prague, is the capital of Czech Republic, C-Z-E-C-H. Sorry, C-Z-E-C-H, Czech Republic. And it is nicknamed, the multiple names it has. This is called Golden City. Golden City. Golden City is one. Second is City of Spires. City of 100 Spires. 100 Spire. S-P-I-R-E. Spire. Spire माने tower. Okay. Especially tower के ऊपर जो तीखा, there is a sharp portion that's called spire. S-P-I-R-E. Okay. So prominent in India, you would find spires atop churches, basically. Atop churches. Other than that, you don't find spires. So Prague, City of Spires, 100 Spires, and of course Golden City. And then this was a light-hearted question. So Indian cities have a lot of cities, like City of Dreams, Mumbai. You have City of Eternal Truth, Varanasi. eternal truth. Truth, truth, Satya. So a lot of cities in India have nicknames, like you have Jaipur, Pink City; Jodhpur, Blue City; Udaipur, City of Lakes; Bhopal is also called the City of Lakes; Hyderabad is called City of Pearls. I mean, different places, different nicknames. So from here, let's go to the next one. Reverse repo is the interest rate at which the RBI borrows from commercial banks. So you could write short-term, simple definitions, like bank rate, B-A-N-K, bank rate, R-A-T-E, rate, dash, rate of interest at which commercial banks borrow, the RBI lends, at which the RBI lends long-term loans, long-term, L-O-N-G, long-term, T-E-R-M, term, long-term loans, in brackets, more than a year, of more than a year, long-term loans to commercial banks, interest rate at which RBI lends to commercial banks, lends long-term loans to commercial banks. Okay, ठीक है. उसके बाद repo rate, R-E-P-O, repo, right? Rate of interest at which the RBI lends, in brackets, lends short-term loans, right, indirectly, at which the RBI lends short-term loans, in brackets, of less than a year, to commercial banks, Next, you could write this: reverse repo. The rate of interest at which the RBI borrows from commercial banks. So you write the current rates as of July first week. You could write otherwise June 30th. I mean, last month, last date. At the end of 30th June, as on June 30th, 2020. Okay, underline that one. Bank rate 4.25%. 4.25%. So this is the interest bank charges from commercial banks. If they borrow, if the commercial banks borrow for a period of more than 1 year. So 4.25%. Repo rate 4%. 4%. Then reverse repo. 3.35%. 3.35%. I think that should be fine. Who among the following is the 28th Chief of Indian Army Staff? Manoj Mukund Naravane. And what about Bipin Rawat? You could write first Indian Chief of Defence Staff. First Chief of Defence Staff. Next, these are previous chiefs, actually, the other choices 3, 4, 5. So what we will do is now we will write the names of the chiefs of Indian Navy and Indian Air Force. Right. Chief of Indian Air Force. Chief of Indian Air Force. Rakesh Kumar Singh Bhadauria. Rakesh Kumar Singh Bhadauria. 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 Next. Chief of Indian Navy. Chief of Indian Navy. Karambir Singh. Karambir Singh. Karambir. Karambir Singh. 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 Karambir Singh. Next. See, currently the chief, that is the Supreme Commander of the Indian Armed Forces, is the President of India. But between 1947, 15th of August 1947 till December 15th, 1950, the Commander-in-Chief of India, independent India, was Sardar Patel. Sardar Patel. The Home Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, was the first Commander-in-Chief of Indian Armed Forces. Okay? August 15th, 1947 to December 15th, 1950. December 15th, 1950 is when Sardarji passed away. Okay? Next. In Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, loan applicants under Shishu category can avail up to, see, there are three kinds of loans. To boost entrepreneurship, EN, you could write this. Mudra scheme dash, to boost, to increase, step up, or to boost, 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 entrepreneurship, 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 to boost entrepreneurship among young people. That's a major objective of Mudra Yojana. Okay? Next. Now, how do they boost entrepreneurship? See, the government of India is providing loans. There are three categories of loans. Okay? So, right, Mudra categories of loans. Mudra categories of loans. Mudra categories of loans. Mudra categories of loans. Underline that. 1. Sishu dash below 50,000 rupees or up to 50,000 rupees. Simple way. Up to 50,000 rupees. Up to 50,000 rupees. Next. Kishore, next category, Kishore dash, choice 2 में देखिए, rupees 50,000 to 5 lakh rupees, rupees 50,000 to 5 lakh rupees, rupees 50,000 to 5 lakh rupees. Next, last category, Tarun, TARUN, Tarun dash between 5 and 10 lakh rupees, between 5 lakh and 10 lakh. Simple question, now. See, this is they have disbursed thousands of crores of rupees through this. there is always a scope of fraud, but then it's a good thing that the government is thinking about building entrepreneurship rather than, see, when a person starts one's own venture, let's say someone starts a venture, okay, let's say you start a venture, you start a project, you start a business, you would employ people. So you become an employer, you provide livelihood to people. So a business, starts with, let's say, one person with one helper. Okay, then as business grows, 2, 3, 4. So you build, you build an entire ecosystem of livelihood. Actually, there are indirect, directly dependent on you. There are people who are directly dependent on you. There will be people who will be indirectly dependent on you. So this is a good thing. Rather than people run after jobs all the time, you can start something of your own. That's what the government says. You could become an employment generator. So, which city will host the 108th Indian Science Congress in 2021? Pune. So you could take this 108th Indian Science Congress dash 2021 dash Pune dash theme, theme science and technology for sustainable development, SUSTAINABLE, sustainable development, for sustainable development with women empowerment, with women, WOMEN, women empowerment, EMPOWERMENT, women empowerment. Women. So science and technology for sustainable development with women empowerment. So this is the one that is going to happen next year, January next year. If all goes well, January next year. What happened this year? You could write 107th Indian Science Congress dash 2020 dash Bangalore or Bengaluru dash theme of sustainable development, science and technology dash rural development, science and technology dash rural development. Okay, fairly easy one, guys. It becomes easy when we know things, isn't it? Yeah. So one organization you could put in Hyderabad is the National Institute of Nutrition. Hyderabad National Institute of Nutrition. Calcutta, you could put Botanical Survey of India. Botanical, BOTANICAL, Botanical Survey of India. Botanical Survey of India. Pune, National Institute of Virology, very famous, it's become quite famous now. National Institute of Virology, VIROLOGY, virology. Chennai, Central Leather Research Institute. Central Leather Research Institute. By which of the following is MIBOR, the interest rate applicable for interbank loan transactions maintained? It's the National Stock Exchange. National Stock Exchange. In fact, you could write like this. MIBOR, write the short form first. MIBOR, MIBOR, underline that. First one. Mumbai, MUMBAI, Mumbai. Interbank, INTERBANK, Interbank. Offered rate, offered, OFFERED, offered rate. Mumbai Interbank offered rate. Second point. Rate at which rate is interest rate always. Rate at which banks borrow, BORROW, borrow unsecured funds, unsecured, I repeat, UNSECURED, unsecured funds from one another, for a period of less than 14 days. Period of less than 14 days. It's actually less than that, but there are other kinds of MIBORs. 1 month, 3 months. This is usually interbank, is less than 14 days. Next, maintained by National Stock Exchange. Comma, which launched it in 1998. Who are the heads of these organizations? SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. The chairman is Ajay Tyagi for SEBI. Bombay Stock Exchange is Ashish Chauhan, CEO of Bombay Stock Exchange, Ashish Chauhan. Next, CEO of National Stock Exchange, Vikram Limaye, LIMAYE. Next, all of you know basically, Reserve Bank of India's governor's name, Shaktikanta Das, RBI governor, and SBI chairman is Rajneesh Kumar. Ku Dongyu is the Director General of the Food and Agricultural Organization. So you write this FAO. एक दो पॉइंट लिखते हैं हर चीज के बारे में, हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के बारे में. FAO, underline that. First point, UN Specialized Agency. UN Specialized, special ISED. IZ भी लिख सकते हैं, S भी लिख सकते हैं. ISED, UN Specialized Agency. Next point, established 1945. Next, head office Rome, ROME, Rome. Head office Rome. Next, Director General. That guy's name in the question. Ku Dongyu. brackets. China. China. Kudongyu, China. Next, let's look at all the rest of this organization. Let's go with question, choice 5. UNESCO. 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 That's the short form, UNESCO. You could take the full form. First point, UN Specialized Agency. This is also UN Specialized Agency. Second point, full form. Third point, established 1945. 1945. Next, head office Paris. Paris. Head office Paris. Next, Director General. Director General Audrey Azoulay. Audrey. Audrey. Audrey Azoulay. Azoulay. Audrey Azoulay. Audrey Azoulay. Next. Look at choice 1. WHO. World Health Organization. Underline that. UN Specialized Agency. ये सभी specialized agency है, so you can write for everything. So UN Specialized Agency. Second point. Established. Next point. Established April 7th, 1948. April 7th, 1948. April 7th, 1948. Underline April 7th, pull an arrow, anyway, take it wherever you have space, take it like this and write World Health Day. World Health Day. This is the reason why it's observed as World Health Day. That's on this day in 1948, the WHO was established. Next. Next point. Head office. Head office. Geneva. 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 Geneva, comma, Switzerland. Geneva, comma, Switzerland. Next. Director General. Director General. Dash. What's his name? Everyone knows his name. Tedros. 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 Tedros Adhanom. 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 Tedros Adhanom. He's from Ethiopia. 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 I repeat. Ethiopia. 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 इसके बाद विपो. WHO का एक और लिख सकते हैं. चीफ साइंटिस्ट. चीफ साइंटिस्ट डॉक्टर सौम्या स्वामीनाथन. Soumya Swaminathan. Let's go a bit fast. Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, Indian. Okay. Next, WIPO. That's a full form. World Intellectual Property Organization. Underline that. First point. 1961. Established 1961. Second point. Head office Geneva. Head office Geneva. Third point. Director General. Director General. Francis Guri. Francis. Francis. Francis Guri, Gurry, Guri, Francis Guri. In brackets, Australia. Australia. Next. इनका काम क्या? You could write one last line. To protect and promote. To protect, P-R-O-T-E-C-T, protect and promote, protect and promote intellectual property rights or intellectual property. Intellectual property, it's there in the choice 2. Intellectual property. Basically copyrights, trademarks, patents, all these need to be protected. People abuse them all the time. So you have choice last one there, Interpol. Underline that, right? International criminal police organization. International criminal police organization. International criminal police organization. Okay. Next, established 1923. I think it's 1923. Let me check after the session, but I think it's 1923. 1923. Next, head office. Lyon, L-Y-O-N, or you could say lion, L-Y-O-N, Lyon, comma, France. Next, President, Kim Jong-yang, Kim, K-I-M, Kim, Jong, J-O-N-G, Jong, Yang, Y-A-N-G, Yang, Kim Jong-yang, in brackets, South Korea. I think we took stuff about each of this. The UN General Assembly has elected Volkan Bozkir as its president ahead of the 75th General Debate in September 2020. Bozkir is from Turkey or Turkey. Multiple times in the maps we have seen where's Turkey, isn't it? It's the westernmost country in Asia. एक काम करते हैं, इन सभी देशों के बारे में एक लाइन लिखते हैं, ठीक है? चलिए लिखते हैं. Or maybe the usual stuff. We start with the country, the capital, the leader, and the currency. Right. Latvia कहाँ पे है? Latvia is in the Baltic states. ऊपर एकदम. This was one of the states in this old Soviet Union. The old Soviet Union, which is otherwise was called the USSR, Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, existed between 1922 and 1991. Okay. During which time, at the time of its breakup in 1991, the Soviet Union had 15 states, 15 states. Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, Moldova, Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Latvia, Lithuania, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan. These 5 stans, Russia 6, 7 Georgia, 8 Armenia, 9 Azerbaijan, 10 Ukraine, 11 Belarus, 12 Moldova, 13 Latvia, 14 Estonia, 15 Lithuania, 15 states. Now they are all independent countries. Okay, ये Latvia एकदम ऊपर आता है, ठीक है? It's quite up. It's near the Baltic Sea. It's one of the 3 Baltic states. Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania. अभी झगड़ा चल रहा है. There is a fight going on. I mean, it's a cold war between Russia and Latvia, because Russia always had seen that Latvia can't exist as an independent country. It has to be a part of Russia. So, but a lot of propaganda is happening that to showcase that Latvia has failed. So recently, Latvia, sometime last month, I think, Latvia closed down Russian TV channels. They boycotted Russian TV channels. Okay, they could not be broadcast into the, what to say, no Russian propaganda shall be brought into the country. So Latvia's capital is Riga, R-I-G-A, Riga. Latvia dash Riga, R-I-G-A, Riga dash. Prime Minister is Janis Karins. I'll spell K-R-I, I repeat, K-R-I-S-J-A-N-I-S, Janis Karins, K-A-R-I-N-S, Karins, Janis, what is it, Karins. Currency is Euro, E-U-R-O, Euro. Currency is Euro. Next, Jordan, you could write. Jordan is a country in West Asia. It's a moderate republic, not a republic, moderate country. Jordan, capital is Amman, A-M-M-A-N, Amman. I repeat, A-M-M-A-N, Amman, dash. The king is Abdullah the second. Abdullah, Roman numeral 2. Abdullah, Roman numeral 2. Okay. When we write, it's Abdullah 2, Roman numeral 2. But when we read the name, it's Abdullah the second. Okay? The currency is dinar, D-I-N-A-R. D-I-N-A-R, dinar. Next, Czech Republic. Czech Republic is in the heart of Europe. Czech Republic. In fact, I'll tell you what, we looked at Prague in the beginning. Prague is the capital of Czech Republic and it's also called the heart of Europe. So you could write Czech Republic dash Prague, P-R-A-G-U-E. P-R-A-G-U-E, Prague. Prague. Dash Prime Minister Andrej Babis, you could write A-N-D-R-E-J, Andrej Babis, B-A-B-I-S, B-A-B-I-S, Andrej Babis. Currency is Koruna, K-O-R-U-N-A, Koruna. Next, Albania. It's next to Turkey, just north west of Turkey. Albania dash. The capital is Tirana, T-I-R-A-N-A, T-I-R-A-N-A, Tirana dash. The Prime Minister is, it's a Muslim majority country. The Prime Minister is Edi Rama, E-D-I, E-D-I, Edi Rama, R-A-M-A, Edi Rama. And the currency is Lake, L-E-K, L-E-K, Lake, L-E-K, Lake. Last one, Turkey, Turkey. Turkey's capital is Ankara, A-N-K-A-R-A, Ankara. The president is Recep, R-E-C-E-P, R-E-C-E-P, Recep Erdogan, E-R-D-O-G-A-N. I repeat, E-R-D-O-G-A-N. Recep Erdogan. And the currency is Lira, L-I-R-A, Lira. No, it's not much to discuss. There will be 3-4 questions I'll touch and go. This is one of them. Along with which nation will India participate virtually in the India Idea Summit in July 2020? It will be the United States. United States. Okay. Anything that we would need to know about these countries? Actually, pretty much nothing, because we have been discussing these countries for a long time now. Next. International Women's Day is observed on March 8th. March 8th. What are the choices? December 25th. Good Governance Day. Good, G-O-O-D. Good Governance. G-O-V-E-R-N-A-N-C-E. Governance. Good Governance Day. D-A-Y. Day. Dash. Birthday of, in memory of the birthday of Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. I don't say former Prime Minister. Prime Minister once. Prime Minister. Prime Minister. Prime Minister. The person is not alive, so we could say in the, in memory of the birthday of Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Then January 15th. January 15th. Indian Army Day. Indian Army Day. Dash. On this day, comma, in 1949, I'll correct myself if I'm not wrong. I'm not very sure of this. It's been a long time since I last read this. Okay. Comma, in 1949, comma, the first Indian became the chief of Indian Army. Sorry. An Indian became the chief of Indian Army. An Indian became the chief of Indian Army. On this day, an Indian became the chief of the Indian Army for the first time. For the first time. It was Cariappa. But it's okay. Name is not required. An Indian became the chief of the Indian Army for the first time. Okay. Till then it was the British that ran this show. January 9th. Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. Dash. On this day, comma, in 1915, 1915, comma, Mahatma Gandhi came back to India from South Africa. So it's a kind of a homecoming for people who were either born in India or of whose forefathers were born in India. So this is basically to celebrate the presence and contribution of Indians who live overseas. August 9th, you could say Quit India Day. Bharat Chodo Divas. August Kranti or Quit India Day, sometimes observed on 8th August. It's okay. Dash. Also Nagasaki Day. Nagasaki. Nagasaki Day. Underline Nagasaki Day. On this day, underline Nagasaki Day, pull a down arrow, right? On this day, comma, in 1945, an atomic bomb an atomic bomb was dropped on the Japanese city of Nagasaki. इसके पहले 3 दिन पहले हिरोशिमा पे हुआ था, August 6. ओके, ठीक है. IDA, International Development Association. What is it? International Development Association is a subsidiary of the World Bank. IDA dash lends, you could write now one line, lends to low income countries, What shall we write about these choices? Head offices or the chiefs? We'll write the head offices. Okay? Next session I'm going to discuss World Bank. Why World Bank has 5 organizations sometime this week. Okay? I'm going to discuss the World Bank, and I'm going to discuss there is a question on the bullet train in India, but I'm going to discuss this maybe on Saturday. Okay? The comparative analysis of high speed rail networks, India and elsewhere, especially China. Okay, but before that, just write one bit of information about each of this. IMF and World Bank dash Washington DC. IMF and World Bank, Washington DC. ये दोनों head offices are in the same place. Okay, दोनों की head office. New Development Bank, NDB, New Development Bank dash Shanghai, SHANGHAI, Shanghai. Then ADB, Manila, 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 Philippines, PHILIPPINS, Philippines. Then Reserve Bank of India, Mumbai. Reserve Bank of India, Mumbai. Normally we think whenever we talk of anything national, we go to Delhi, but this is, what is it, in Mumbai. The RBI street is also called Mint Street. It's also nicknamed Mint Street. To which country has the Export-Import Bank of India provided $30 million line of credit? Line of credit is not paisa nahi dete, but line of credit is where we extend credit. So up to $30 million, Ghana can buy stuff from India for a portable project of say for this portable water project in India. So whatever stuff they need, they can buy from India, udhar pe, essentially. So Ghana, where is Ghana? Ghana, Nepal, Bhutan, Nigeria, Myanmar. Okay, before we discuss these countries, here are Ghana. Okay, not Ghana jungle, Ghana. It is jungle, but Ghana, Ghana. Okay, this is equator. This is equator. एक काम करते हैं, right? Ghana, Ghana, Ghana dash Ghana dash capital is Accra. You can see this Accra, ACCRA, Accra dash the president is Nana Akufo-Addo. ठीक है Nana, Nana, I repeat, NANA, Nana Akufo, AKUFO, Akufo hyphen Ando, ANDO, Ando. Nana Akufo Ando. Nana Akufo Ando. The currency is CEDI, 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 CEDI. Is Somalia? This part of Somalia wants to break away. This part. It's called Somaliland. They want to break away and form a separate country. Yeah. Okay. Hey, I think I wanted to discuss this. Nepal, I think maybe Saturday I'll discuss Nepal also, that boundary crisis and everything. Okay? So Nepal bullet train. We'll bring in few more things. I'll just write here so that I remember better. Nepal and what is it? Bullet train. Though there is a question on bullet train, I'll bring in a little more on that day. So Nepal, you could write dash Kathmandu, Kathmandu, Kathmandu dash President, because Prime Minister's name has often come in our notes. So President Bidya Devi, President Bidya, Bidhya, Bidya Devi, Devi, Bidya Devi. Bidya Devi. And currency is rupee, Indian rupee. Indian rupee. Bhutan. Bhutan's been a long time friend of India. So write Bhutan dash Thimphu, Thimpu, Thimphu, Thimpu, Thimphu dash Thimphu dash we have written the name of the Prime Minister in the past. Lote Sharing. Okay. Those of you not very familiar, I'll give both the names, the king and the prime minister in this case, Bhutan's case, right? Prime Minister, PM, Lote Sharing, Lotay, Lote, Sharing, Tshering, Lote Sharing, Lote Sharing, and King, Jigme, 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 Khesar, 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 Jigme Khesar, Namgyal, Namgyel, Namgyel, Wangchuk, Wangchuk, Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuk. Okay, and the currency is Gultrum, Ngultrum, Ngultrum, Gultrum. Nigeria. It's a very large country. Africa's most populous country. This one. Capital Abuja. 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 President is Muhammadu Buhari. Muhammad, U in the end. Muhammadu Buhari, 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 Muhammadu Buhari. Muhammadu Buhari. And what is that? Currency Naira, Niara, Naira, Naira. Next. North Nigeria is Muslim, south is Christian, and there's always been a fight between over resources between these two parts, two demographic groups. Yeah, is there any choice there? Myanmar, shall we write? चलिए लिखते हैं Myanmar, Myanmar, Myanmar. Capital is Naypyidaw, Nay. I repeat, Naypyidaw, Naypyidaw, Naypyidaw. Dash. The Prime Minister, the President is Win Mint, W-I-N, Win, space, Mint, M-Y-I-N-T, Mint, Win Mint, Win Mint. The currency is Kyat, K-Y-A-T, K-Y-A-T. पहले राजधानी हुआ करती थी रंगून, उसका नाम रंगून is now called Yangon. Okay, this is where you would find the grave of the last Mughal emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar. Bahadur was his name, Shah means king, Zafar was his pen name. Zafar was his pen name, and he ruled between 1837 and 57. His pen name, he was a poet. He was a poet. कितना बदनसीब है ज़फ़र के कुएं यार में 2 गज ज़मीन मिली. So he wrote that how unfortunate is Zafar that in his beloved homeland he could not find 6 feet of land, earth. Earth means where he could be buried, basically he could be buried. 4 दिन मांग के लाए थे जिंदगी से, 2 आरज़ू में कट गए 2 इंतज़ार में. So this particular couplet was written by Zafar. You should listen to his, go to YouTube, type in Bahadur Shah Zafar songs, you will get all this stuff. So, which state government has made the reading of the preamble of the Constitution of India mandatory in schools? So, I didn't know that. Maharashtra. Okay. Now, see, the Maharashtra government has made it mandatory. Now there is a coalition government there, Shiv Sena, Shiv Sena, the Nationalist Congress Party, NCP, and the Indian National Congress. This coalition is called Vikas Parishad or Maha Agadi, something basically. Yeah. So I think there's not much to do. See, the source of the power of the all power of the Constitution comes from we the people, because the preamble starts from we the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure all its citizens justice, equality, fraternity, and all this. And do we hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves? Do we hereby adopt and enact and give to ourselves this Constitution of India? So this was adopted on 26 November 1949. Adopted. A top-up loan or facility is, this is an easy question. Additional loan offered by banks on old loans only to those customers who pay back loans regularly, on time, and without, bunking anything. So this is an old one actually, top-up. जैसे कि आप top-up recharge करते हैं, वही है, दूसरा कुछ नहीं. Once you understand recharge, you understand the loan also. Okay. So this hardly anything else that we need to. A good example of unsecured loan would be a credit card. Unsecured loan example is credit card. उसमें कोई security नहीं होती. Who among the following has authored the book Moving On? Vice President Venkaiah Naidu. What about the choices? Kiran Bedi is the Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry. Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry. And she is the author of this book called Creating Leadership. Creating Leadership. Creating Leadership. She also wrote this, एक जमाने में किताब आई थिंक की autobiography. and she was the first Indian woman IPS officer. I think, yeah, first woman Indian IPS officer, 1975, and she wrote this book called I Dare. D-A-R-E. So Kiran Bedi, and Jaggi Vasudev, Guru Jaggi Vasudev, Sadguru he is called. He is author of this book called Death and Inside Story. Death and Inside Story. Death dash and Inside Story. Next, Baba Ramdev. Baba Ramdev, Yoga, its practice and philosophy. Yoga, its philosophy and practice. Sorry. Yoga dash its philosophy and practice. Yoga or yoga, one and the same. Sri Ravi Shankar. He is this guy who founded the Art of Living School. Yeah, he is the author of this book called Management Mantras. Management Mantras. Management Mantras. Boko Haram, a terrorist group, is active in Nigeria. North Nigeria is run by these guys, literally run by these guys. The word, see, the meaning of the term Boko Haram in the local language is Western education is forbidden. Means anything that is Western in nature, all kind of Western education is not allowed. Their favorite method is to kidnap people and kill the men, and especially turn women into suicide bombers. And if I'm kidding, you think I'm kidding, you just read. More than 1/3 of the suicide bombers, in fact about 2/3 of their suicide bombers are women, and more than 1/3 of those women suicide bombers are children, little girl children, because they can move easily through checkpoints and everything. No one would check them and all. So some guy would be sitting somewhere keeping an eye on this girl. Once the little girl walks into some crowded locality, crowded market, this guy uses a remote to detonate. How evil can people get, my friends? Lebanon, one terrorist group, you could write Hezbollah, 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 Hezbollah. This is a Shia political and militant group supported by Iran, funded by Iran. Okay. Lebanon, Hezbollah, Hezbollah. Somalia has Al-Shabaab, Al-Shabab, Shabab, Al-Shabaab, Al-Shabaab. See, this Al-Shabaab, Boko Haram are all local branches of Al-Qaeda. They owe allegiance to the top leadership of Al-Qaeda. Okay. Next, Palestine. In the Gaza strip of Palestine, I think we discussed this, Israel-Palestine in the past. Quite detailedly we discussed this. We spent close to 50-60 minutes on Palestine and Israel, with maps and all that stuff. So Palestine, Hamas, H-A-M-A-S, militant group, Hamas, H-A-M-A-S, Hamas. Pakistan, well, you have so many terrorist groups. You could write Lashkar-e-Taiba, 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 Lashkar-E-T-A-I-B-A, Taiba, or T-O-I-B-A, Taiba, one and the same. Lashkar means army. Lashkar-e-Taiba. The main principles of lending are simple. Purpose of loan and security offered against the loan. Safety and liquidity of the business for which a loan is required. Profitability of the business proposition. Diversification of risk expected in business. So, all of the above. अब किसको lend कर रहे हैं? When the bank lends, it looks at what is the you want it for business. Okay, let's say you come to me, I'm a bank manager, and ask you by किसके लिए, why do you require this loan? So you would say that I have so and so business, and then I will look at basically evaluate the project and everything. All this is required if especially it's a new business. So all of them actually. See, for a bank, the most important thing is, will my money come back? If I'm a manager, when I lend to you, I will only look at this. Will my money come back? Both the principal and the interest part. That's the most important thing. Okay. Who is the managing director and chief executive officer of Canara Bank? Lingam Venkat Prabhakar. Bhanu Pratap Sharma, chairman of Bank Board Bureau. You're right. Bhanu Pratap Sharma dash Bank Board Bureau. Bank Board Bureau. B-U-R-E-A-U. I repeat, B-U-R-E-A-U. That is Bank Board Bureau. And Sanjeev Chadha, CEO of Bank of Baroda. Chief Executive Officer of Bank of Baroda. Next, look at choice 3. CEO of Bank of India. Atanu Kumar Das, Bank of India. Bank of India. Boy. Choice 5. Atul Kumar Goyal, CEO of UCO Bank. UCO Bank. Which state has launched the health insurance scheme named Mukhyamantri Karmachari Swasthya Bima Yojana for its employees? Shivraj Singh Chauhan's Madhya Pradesh. Who was the Chief Minister of Mukhyamantri of Madhya Pradesh? Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Bihar, Nitish Kumar. Rajasthan, Ashok Gehlot. Gujarat, Vijay Rupani. Jharkhand, Hemant Soren. S-O-R-E-N. Hemant Soren. Which country will host the 20th Commonwealth Shooting and Archery Championship in January 2020? India. Remember, you can straight away eliminate some countries. You can eliminate Taiwan, Colombia. क्यों मालूम है? When you say Commonwealth is that group of 54 nations which at one point or the other were part of the British Empire. आज Commonwealth में कितने members हैं? 54. Okay? So Australia, New Zealand, Canada, India, Scotland, they are all members of the Commonwealth. Okay? So I think we discussed Taiwan in the last two classes. Colombia, you take only one country. Colombia dash where is this Colombia? It's in South America. The capital is Bogota. B-O-G-O-T-A. Bogota. I told you that it's named after Christopher Columbus. I told you long back. Christopher Columbus. So capital is Bogota. B-O-G-O-T-A. Bogota. And the president is Ivan. I-V-A-N. I repeat. I-V-A-N. Ivan Duque. D-U-Q-U-E. D-U-Q-U-E. Ivan Duque. The rest we have discussed in the past. And the currency of Colombia is peso. P-E-S-O. Peso. It's one of the biggest suppliers of drugs in the world. Cocaine. There is a cocaine capital of the world. Colombia is a cocaine capital of the world. This is Sanna Marin, the world's youngest head of government. Sanna Marin is among women the youngest head of government. She is 34 years old, little over 34 years old. But when it comes to overall, it is someone else. Men and women may, there is someone else. But when it comes to women only, Sanna Marin, 34 years old, she is the Prime Minister of Finland. Prime Minister of Finland. And there was this WhatsApp thing. Look at our leaders. Look at their, MPs, MLAs. How good looking they are. It doesn't matter how good looking people are. What matters is, how well we do our work. Whatever the work is. If I'm a student, how well I learn, how well I, what kind of hard work I put in to build a future for myself. That's important. Okay. If beauty were a criterion singular, okay. If beauty were a criterion for jobs and everything, then 99.9999% of the world would be without jobs. Because to me, someone else who is beautiful to you may not be beautiful. So please don't go by that. Okay? Work matters. You know this, isn't it? Yeah. So, Sanna Marin, Prime Minister of Finland. Katerina Sakellapoulou, she is the President of Greece. Sheikh Hasina Wajid, Prime Minister of Bangladesh. She became Prime Minister at the age of 49, if I'm not wrong. Prime Minister of Bangladesh. Indira Gandhi became the Prime Minister of India around when she was about 49 years old. When she was 66 now, 1917 she was born. She became PM in 1966, about 49 years old. She was 49 years old. So Indira Gandhi also 49, Prime Minister of India. And Erna Solberg, she is the Prime Minister of Norway. Prime Minister of Norway. She has been there since 2013. At the age of 48 or something, she became Prime Minister. 48, yeah, 50, I think she became Prime Minister, 50 or 52. So I want you to write the name of the guy who is the youngest head of government anywhere in the world. Okay? Right. Sebastian Kurz. Sebastian, Sebastin. Sebastian Kurz, Kurz. Sebastian Kurz, Kurz. Dash, Chancellor of Austria. Chancellor, Chancellor, Chancellor of Austria, Austria, Austria. Chancellor of Austria. Dash, Chancellor of Austria. Dash, youngest head of government. World's youngest head of government. World's youngest head of government. Dash, at age 33, 210 days. 210 days. Age 33 लिखिए काफी है. चलिए. What is the full form of CVV found on credit card? You flip the credit card, on the back there are three-digit thing. It is card verification value. It's unique for all. In fact, all credit card things are unique basically. The 16-digit number is unique. We in one of the sessions looked at credit cards, isn't it? Yeah. So which country is financing India's first bullet train? Japan. This is the logo of the bullet train. Okay, National High Speed Rail Corporation, NHRCL. तो हम इसके बारे में I'll discuss this on Saturday, guys. I'll bring to you the dynamics, the finances and dynamics of the bullet train project in India. This is fairly important because it will help you understand why we are sometimes we have misplaced priorities in either opposing or going for this project. I will tell you within. Okay, so Japan is spending, and where is this bullet train project coming up? Between Ahmedabad and Mumbai. Which bank was earlier called the Imperial Bank of India? State Bank of India. You could write subheading SBI. Take 3 points, 3 points. SBI. First point. In 1921, the presidency banks of The presidency banks of Bombay, comma, Madras and Calcutta were merged to form the Imperial Bank of India. The Imperial Bank of India. The Imperial Bank of India. Next point. In 1955, the Imperial Bank of India was nationalized, 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 and renamed the State Bank of India, Next, head office Mumbai. Head office Mumbai. It is India's biggest bank, both public and private sectors. Just choices लिखिए आप. ICICI Bank CEO is Sandeep Bakshi. ICICI Bank CEO Sandeep Bakshi. Punjab National Bank SS Mallikarjun. IDFC First Bank V. Vaidyanathan. Indian Bank Padmaja Chunduru. Juan, the J is pronounced H. Juan Hernandez, who tested positive for COVID-19, is the president of Honduras. एक सेकेंड ना, ये है Honduras. This is all Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, okay, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama. All Spanish. So Honduras. एक काम करते हैं, इनके बारे में लिख के. I think this is the last question. I guess so. This is the 25th question. Right, Honduras dash capital. What is the capital? Tegucigalpa. 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 Okay. Then the president, you write that guy's name, Juan Hernandez. The currency is Lempira. 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 That's the currency. Next, Panama. Capital is Panama City. The president's name is Laurentino Cortijo. I'll spell it. Laurentino. I'll repeat. Laurentino. Laurentino. Cortijo. Cortizo. Cortijo. Dash. What's the currency? It's the name of a famous boxer. Balboa. Rocky Balboa. So right, Balboa, Balboa, Balboa. Rocky film में देखी है आपने? If you haven't watched, please watch the Rocky series. Rocky 1, Rocky 2, 6 तक है. Balboa. Balboa. Next, Nicaragua. Right. Choice 3. Nicaragua. Capital is Managua. 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 The president is Daniel Ortega. Daniel. 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 Daniel Ortega. 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 Daniel Ortega. Daniel Ortega. And currency is Cordoba. 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 Guatemala. Choice 2. Guatemala. The capital is Guatemala City. Guatemala City. Easy to remember. Guatemala City. The president is Alejandro Gramati. विचित्र नाम है जैसे अपने नाम Alejandro. 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 Alejandro Gramati. Grammati. You can check, double check anywhere else. Okay, Grammati. Grammati. And Guatemala's currency is named after a bird, Quetzal. Quetzal. I repeat, Quetzal. Quetzal. It's a bird. Last one, Mexico. Mexico. Right. Andre. Andre. Andre Obrador. Obrador. I repeat, Obrador. Andre Obrador. Today I didn't write anything. And the currency of Mexico is peso. 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 I just wrote Nepal and bullet train. See, for the change I didn't write anything. Nice. I like it. So pens didn't have much of a use. So thanks for being here, guys. I thought it would be an hour discussion. It still ended up at 1 hour, little over 1 hour 20 minutes or something. Anyway, have a lot of fun. Stay safe. Stay curious. Learn a lot of good things, my friends. Enjoy yourself.